Is this thing on? What's up, everybody? We know the last thing you need is another fitness podcast to catch you up on the newest trends, fad diets based on popular opinion and not research. Enter myself, Tony, and my partner, Mariana, over here. We made fitness stuff for normal people podcast to make exercise and nutrition science practical. Our goal is to expose misinformation in this industry by providing only evidence-based education, where today, that's the basis of this episode, we are breaking down, and this will be a new part of our series just with everything that we're scheduling during the week. On Fridays now, we are going to be doing a series because we get tagged and sent so many gosh dang videos, pieces of content circulating around social media that are trying to form trends that go against science, or maybe some do. But whatever's trending, we're going to break it down. We're going to play a video, a piece of content, whatever it is that gets sent to us. We're going to break it down, break down the science behind whether it is true or untrue, and what you need to do with what you are seeing on social media.
But first, our show is free and always will be free, but one of the best ways you can support us is to leave us a 5-star review on any of the platforms that you're watching this. We really appreciate it, and it helps us reach as many people as possible, which will always be the goal. Also, we have just launched FS Research Reviews on Patreon, where we take the research, which is complicated, it's boring, it's long. We don't want to have you decipher between all of that. That's what we're here for. We're going to break it down into easy, understandable topics that you can apply to your everyday life. And that is an extension of our podcast, but we're really, really diving into that applied piece, what you can do today. We'll be covering the latest research surrounding nutrition and training for fat loss, gut health and digestion, sleep and recovery, supplementation, and so much more. This morning, our fiber research review just went live, and we gave you a full breakdown on how to increase your fiber intake today to reap all of the benefits from helping you on your fat loss journey, even if it's helping you in the gym. If you're just trying to get the health benefits like improving your glucose control, lipid metabolism, so much more. So you can get that on Patreon for $5 a month. Now, we would just like to give a special shout out to the sponsor of this episode, Eat This Much. Tony and I are huge fans of Eat This Much. We've been using them well before either of us even started our podcast, which is why we're really excited to share them. They are a meal planning, meal prep app where you can plan a week's worth of meals at a time. With their premium version, you can generate automatic grocery lists, leftovers, customize every single day of the week, what you're going to be eating, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. They have a huge list database of so many different recipes that you can try out. And we've said this many times, one of the most important parts of whether it's improving your nutrition, fitness, achieving whatever weight or fat loss focus goals you have, planning is the most important part. And a lot of that comes from planning out your meals. And this takes a lot of the hassle out of that. Now, like I mentioned, there is a free version where you can set your own calorie and macro goals, access a bunch of different recipes. However, if you want to get all of the benefits of the premium version, you can get 20% off at eatthismuch.com/fitness stuff.
That's about it. We're rolling.
We're rolling.
We're rolling. Great shout out. We got some good stuff going on. Today we got some fun going on, don't we? I'm excited for this extension because I know we're doing every Friday. This is going to be the theme of it now, is everything that we get tagged and sent in. Now, this is a good one that Mariana got tagged in that we're going to jump right into. You know what? We're going to skip the first basis. We're going to skip, hey, how you doing? How's our day? We're good.
We're getting right into it.
We're good. We're sick of some shit. And I'm kidding. I can't say that. We're good and we're sick of some crap. Let's look into it.
I didn't even tell Tony before this, but I actually forgot I responded to this already and it got taken down. So I think it was up for maybe 30 minutes. But
it's encapsulating just about every. It's not just one good piece. It's so many good pieces. So just hit play for us so we can look at all and then break it down.
I
just woke up, but I'm about to eat 3 cloves of garlic for like a natural antibiotic. And then a spoonful of sea moss that has like 92 of the minerals that you need for the day. Gives you a lot of energy, and it's really helped my skin and my gut. Then I have a few spoonfuls of probiotic coconut yogurt. I normally add a little bit of cinnamon for good luck.
She didn't link that time.
This is the cinnamon I use. It's the organic I don't know how to say that. Cinnamon. It's the purest form and cleanest form of cinnamon that you can get.
Because other cinnamons are dirty, guys, just so you know.
I take spirulina and chlorella, whatever, however you say it, to detox like your blood and to detox your body. This is a powder to help with your gut. It's immunoglobulin concentrate. I don't really know. And then also I'm going to try chlorophyll again. I think I want to get a cleaner brand, but to detox the body and the liver. Running out of time, but organic grass-fed broth is good. And then I'm doing all this for like, I just woke up.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face because it's just so funny that you can't even pronounce the words of what you're purchasing.
I don't like to make fun of people, but she strikes me as the same type of person who would also give the advice of if you can't pronounce it, you shouldn't be putting it in your body, as she then proceeds to not be able to pronounce half the things.
Yeah, and there are so many words I can't pronounce. Tony and I have done that multiple times. It's not being able to pronounce a word. That's not what we're saying. It's like the fact that you don't even know
what you're putting in your body.
Yeah.
What that you're trying to publish to other people. Now, here's the coolest part. We were like, where the heck do we even start with this? And I was like, this will be a fun one to look at. I'm like, okay, she's doing that every day. How much money did all those things cost on like a monthly basis? Let's break it down, right? Because it's a routine that's making her healthy and detoxing her and making her skin and everything. So we looked up every item in the video, broke it down, and we were generous on a monthly budget. We were generous. Like, okay, if there's like between 5 and 10, it's like, let's just put $5, whatever it is.
And we pulled the exact brands, like the exact brands.
Yeah. So between the garlic, sea moss, coconut, probiotic yogurt, organic cinnamon, can't say that word. It's an easy one. Chlorella, spirulina, gut powder, chlorophyll, bone broth. Your total comes out to $334 a month for your spicy little morning routine. And that's before she had breakfast. So that was the first part that struck me. Is this realistic? I guarantee you she's not even doing this every day. Do we all realize that? She's not even doing this every day.
Now, she very well could be. But there's one product, it was like the gut powder or whatever, that was $125 for 30 servings. That is $125 a month for a supplement.
For gut health.
If you want to go take your garlic, a garlic can improve your overall immune health. If you want to take your garlic every day, sure, do it. Super cheap, whatever. That it's like all of this concoction of supplements and things that
it was the big thing, the reason I sound like she might take it every day. She might, because there are people who are extremely. She
shops at Erewhon. Just so
wealthy,
you know, guys,
privileged.
There was an Erewhon. If you live in the California area, or if you're on the health and wellness side of TikTok, you know what Erewhon. It's the most expensive supermarket probably in the country, and she has Erewhon sea moss. So if you're stepping foot into Erewhon, you have money. Just saying.
So she might have the money, but it strikes me because I see so many people, and I see them just because I don't even name drop, but there's so many people I know in the industry that'll post my perfect morning routine, my perfect this. And they don't do that every day. It's something to get likes on social media. This video got over 2 million views, I think. It's something that's like, oh, if I was just a perfect human being, doesn't exist. This is what I do. This is what it struck me as. So she might, but again, she's realistic wise, the thing that scares me is got 2 million plus views, meaning people are taking this seriously. They're probably going out to buy this stuff. Most of this, outside of just, what was it? The cloves of garlic, all of these were supplements. All of these were supplements covering things that you could easily get through your diet for the most part.
This right here is anyone who's working for a marketing team of a supplement company. This is their target audience reached, like they're doing their job. That is someone who's going to read that label, communicate those exact health benefits or claims on the label, take that, communicate it to a large audience, also believe those to be true. Like, these are the benefits because the label says it and it's expensive.
They understood the assignment.
It's pretty. It's a part of my morning routine. I can share it with my followers. Word for word, reading the marketing claims. That's what they are. They're health claims, but they're to get people to buy.
Which we know in supplement, and we want to cover this too. We'll do a quick recap of why each one is either unnecessary or just not supposed to be where it is or doing what she claimed to make them do. But so many of these things, and with the supplement industry, we've talked about how unregulated the industry is in the first place and why it's so easy. So just because she's reading what it does off the label means zero factual evidence has to go behind anything you put on that label. You could make up whatever you wanted, stick it on there. So that doesn't mean it, because we could run through real quick. Garlic was the one I'm like, okay, eat some garlic. that could be good for you. She claimed though it was an antibiotic, correct? What's the problem there?
That's what threw like me for a loop, because garlic is great for your immune health. It's almost like eating foods rich in vitamin C is great for your immune health. Zinc, garlic has a lot of those benefits that can help strengthen your immune system. So yeah, if you want to go do that, that is great. However, saying it's an antibiotic says that when you are sick, have a bacterial infection, that taking garlic is going to kill that bacterial infection, which is not at all true. It is not an antibiotic. It is good for your immune system. It will make your immune system more equipped to fight off that bacteria when you have an antibiotic in your system, because not everyone can clear out a bacterial infection without an antibiotic. So that is just blatant misinformation, but it's also just taking words and twisting them a bit, because
we want to be clear too. Like, none of these things are bad for you. None of these things are negative.
No,
we're just trying to set realistic expectations. Garlic, phenomenal for you. Like you just said, it's not an antibiotic. It's not going to replace an antibiotic.
Yeah.
It's good for you. The next one, sea moss. I think the claim behind sea moss most of the time, like she said, there's 92 essential minerals that you cannot get through your diet alone. Correct? That's like the kind of claim why sea moss is pretty hot right now.
Yes.
Is that the main claim behind it?
That is the main claim. And I actually want to, you said none of these are bad for you. However, if you are taking like a chlorophyll or a sea moss, and you are also eating a well-balanced plant-focused diet and getting meeting all of your vitamin mineral needs through your diet alone, and then you are taking these highly concentrated supplements that have 400% of the daily value of certain vitamins, you do run the risk of vitamin or mineral toxicity, which is dangerous, especially because these expensive supplements are marketed towards people who are already health conscious, already eating healthier. This doesn't happen often at all. However, that risk significantly increases. So I do like to mention that, because vitamin and mineral toxicity, just like deficiency is a thing, toxicity is a thing. So, and it puts you more at risk for that.
Okay. So highly concentrated on top. That's the annoying claim at the start, is just the claim is that you can't get these nutrients through your diet alone. And it's not only can you, but a lot of people do. And now they're exceeding and kind of just putting more gas on the fire, it seems like, at some point. So it can help sometimes, but it's just, again, the marketing claim on the bottle that you can't get.
It has all the vitamins and minerals you need. You can get all of those vitamins and minerals from your diet without having to go buy a supplement. And then also through your diet, how many of these vitamins and minerals are actually absorbed? Are you taking the fat soluble vitamins in here? Are you also having that with a fat source so you can absorb it?
Yeah.
How much are you taking in your urine? There's so many little things.
Yeah. And that is the hot $36 a month. So there's that sea moss product. It did not look good. I would not.
I hear it doesn't taste good. I've never
doesn't
tried
look good. Sea moss. Usually, if like seaweed is the closest thing I can think of to sea moss, but if something like that touches my foot, I usually puke in my mouth a little bit, let alone put it in my mouth. The next one, big $75 spend, that coconut probiotic yogurt. Now, this is just another form of ingesting probiotics, which we've talked about several times on this podcast before, which aren't innately negative for you at all, but there's also ways that you can get them through your diet.
You can get a $3 tub of Greek yogurt that has probiotics in it that has twice the amount of servings.
Yeah. And to even put that further, there's so many steps that you can do to improve your gut health outside of that, that don't cost $75 a month or an expensive health and wellness store, whatever it is. There's so many other steps. We just did a big deep dive on fiber research in our research review, and in our previous podcast, we talked about fiber, step count. Overall, you can do so many other things outside of that. Organic cinnamon.
Coconut yogurt has a huge amount of saturated fat. Now, we don't demonize fat here, but there are certain bounds that you should stay within in a day. Just
how much is in it? Is it similar to coconut oil, or is it?
It is. So it's much higher in fat than any standard yogurt. I'm not sure if it's the same as oil, just because, again, oil is further processed down. But.
So not bad for you. But again, if you're trying to maintain a healthy body weight, even if you're trying to lose body fat, if you're taking in 10, 15 extra grams of fat right there, that's over 100 calories for something that she's just thrown in her morning routine, where you could get probiotics, fiber in so many other routes. that are more beneficial, that are more advantageous. So that's another route. Organic cinnamon, who knows? We gave her the benefit of the doubt. I think organic cinnamon, you could easily spend $10 on. We said around like $5 because you should not be spending more than $2 or $3. Cinnamon again,
the clean cinnamon.
it does have a pretty cool little influence on lowering the GI and insulin response to food.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. It's something they taught me in Diabetic 101 camp when I was 19 years old. Yeah. And it's delicious. You put it on apples, but do you need to be taking a spoonful every morning doing the cinnamon challenge? Probably not.
Your oatmeal, throw some on your sprinkle on your banana.
Yeah. The next one,
version.
Exactly. Spirulina and chlorella, $22. This is actually, it's a very nutrient dense. It is like a kind of a power supplement, but for $22, and her main claim again were these detoxify you. We've talked about that quite a bit. If your body's not getting rid of toxins by itself on its own through its liver, its kidneys, its lungs, skin, you should be seeing a doctor and probably a hospital very soon.
Yeah. You
shouldn't be spending money on a supplement, a detox, or these. They're not bad for you. Very micronutrient dense. If you want to add them too, they can be good, but there's no proven health benefits that come from them. Yeah. The big bucks. This was which one? This was the gut powder, $125 a month. Yeah. This was to improve overall gut health, correct? Was the claim? Yeah. We've had an entire episode on gut health. We've talked quite a bit about different metrics to do that, improving your NEAT, your fiber, probiotics, eating a very diverse group of foods. I don't know what exactly it was, but I can promise you no $125 gut supplement is going to improve something that you cannot through your diet and lifestyle alone. Would you agree?
Totally agree. One of the best things you could do to improve your gut health is to add more plant foods into your diet. Don't center your diet around ultra processed foods, move a little bit more, reduce the stress in your life. There are so many different factors that influence gut health, and diet as a whole is what you should focus on, not the supplements that you can add in to potentially maybe cover up any problems or make you think you're doing something.
Exactly. That's what and I love this. The next one, chlorophyll, $20 a month. They were just checking off the list of like fad
that was my claim
supplements.
To fame.
That was
my claim to fame.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. But I love this because she did all the work for us. We're like, let's look at some trends, some things that we've been sent. She's just checking off all the supplement trends that are going to be out of style in legit less than a year. Yeah. We're just going down that mark.
It's just another green supplement that has micronutrients in it that you can just get from your diet. Have some spinach in your smoothie if you don't like the taste of vegetables.
Because she did not get enough already from her spirulina, her chlorella, her sea moss, her garlic, her yolk. She didn't get enough from all there, so we're pouring it on. Yeah. $44 bone broth. This is the more expensive bone broth she got, which again, bone broth, great for your health, great for your overall health.
But it's a $10 bag for 3 servings.
$10 bag. You can get cheaper. It's a great form for so many other micronutrients, for protein to mix in. It's good for you. Yeah. Should it be a staple where you're taking scoops of powder in the morning, every single morning? I would say not. It's not going to make that any difference.
Also, bone broth in and of itself, there are cheaper brands, but it is more of a luxury food item. It is very inaccessible for the average person.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing here about all these, because that was through the total of $334 a month, through all of these, none of these, not a single one of these is going to improve your health like some of the simple things. And I know a lot of people, and these are the supplements that a lot of people buy when they're still trying to lose weight. Guess what's going to improve so many of your metabolic and health markers? Losing weight in the first place. Just doing that. Doesn't matter if you do it through eating whatever you want. If you can lose weight, that's going to go further for your health than spending $300 a month on these supplements. Yeah, and that's the thing that sucks is so many people get caught up in these and they ignore the big picture of will just simply hydrating more and improving your sleep, improve your skin quality more than these supplements. Yeah. Will increasing your step count, your fiber intake, and getting more diverse foods in your body improve your gut health more than the hundreds of dollars that she just spent in there with the yogurt, the gut powder. And it's distracting from the goal.
And what I just mentioned on our Patreon release today, we're talking all about fiber. You know what all of these supplements do not have? Fiber. Increasing your fiber intake is one of the best things you could do if you want to improve your metabolic health, if you want to have some help on your weight loss journey, because it can help make you feel fuller longer, if you want to improve your blood glucose control, and if you want to improve your digestion and your gut health. Add a serving of vegetables to each larger meal.
Fiber's a
an option
powerhouse.
to do that.
Fiber is an absolute powerhouse. Now, we got to wind this one down. So I do want to give a quick one more shout out, and a good reason to do this too, Dietary Focus, to eat this much. Just because if you have a hard time and you're struggling, because you might be a picky eater. I was a picky eater until I was like 24 years old. I'm 27. I was picky for so long. If you have a hard time branching out, and that's usually what it takes, is just branching out small steps at a time. And you're like, oh, I have a pretty diverse diet now. You could use Eat This Much just to generate as many different meal options available to fit your lifestyle and preferences. That'll kind of introduce new things in ways that you like. And you just keep clicking that refresh button to get new meals.
Yeah.
That's how I literally used it years ago, is would use it just to get new meal ideas when I was bored of something or I wanted something new. So if you're looking at getting different meals in to hit different measures of micros, macros, whatever it is, hop over there. You can even do it for free, but you can also do it through our link in the description below. That's what we got rolling on today. Shoot us the next video you want us to cover over. That's a dangerous game to play, but we hope you all have a very productive day. If you're over in Patreon, please comment below so we can continue the discussion on our research breakdown of fiber, especially with that flow chart of explaining exactly how to bridge where you are dietary wise, fiber in your gap to where you need to be. Comment below so we can continue the discussion, and we'll see you next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love you.
Oh, sorry. I was supposed to say that, wasn't I?
Messed it up.